Not being where you want to be right now should be enough motivation to get you where you want to be. What is up, y'all? Oh, I never say that. What's up, guys? It's me, Amy, and welcome back to the AM with Amy, which is a series that happens every single Monday on my channel where I just sit down and I do my makeup in the morning and I chat with you guys about topics you send in. So if you want to be featured in one of these videos, be sure to tweet me or DM me with the hashtag the AM with Amy. So without further ado, let's just get on to this week's episode. Before we get started, I wanted to mention things about my hair. I always get questions about how I wave it, and this is the only tool I use. This is the T3 curling one. I don't know what barrel or inch this is, but this is all that I use, and this is what it looks like immediately after I curl it. I did put some oil in to kind of loosen it, but my hair usually looks the best on day 2 or day 3 hair because it looks like a blowout or just like a natural wave. All right, let's get into the question. This week's question comes from Natalie Martinez, and she says her message is basically about feeling lost and not knowing what to do with your life. She sent me 4 or 5 paragraphs of long messages. They're long messages, so I'm gonna try and paraphrase, but she has a blog and YouTube channel, but lately I've been feeling so unmotivated. Fear and anxiety just paralyze me because it's something I would like to keep pursuing, but I just keep comparing myself and thinking I'm not good enough to do those things. I'm stressed out about the future and what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm just stuck, and seeing my friends be successful and know what to do, I get even more depressed and frustrated seeing others doing something and me just being stuck. Basically, I feel lost and I have no idea what I'm gonna do with my life. And she said she loves my videos and keep up the good work because you're killing it. Thank you, Natalie. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But let's get into it. So I want to say first off that by you already messaging me that, I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit. I feel like if you are asking how to get motivated and unstuck, you are actually a lot more motivated and a lot less stuck than you think you are, because in reality, a lot of people who are genuinely stuck and genuinely unmotivated, they don't care if they're stuck or motivated or not. They just kind of are. Does that make any sense? So I want to say that first off, you should give yourself a lot more credit than you're giving yourself right now, because just the thought of not having your shit together is what propels you to have your shit together, if that makes any sense at all. And secondly, what I would like to say is everybody, even I, especially I, feel stuck or unmotivated so much of the time. And I think that's such an important thing to note, is that most people are not constantly always motivated and going somewhere at all times. I think a lot of the times people portray success as this constant positive slope, when in reality success looks more like whoa to the top. Also wanted to mention that I'm using this new little gadget from Smashbox, and it has ribbing on it like fingerprints, and it's kind of like a silicone sponge, and I just got it today in the mail, so I have been really wanting to try out these little silly sponge thingies. So I actually really like it, except that it does leave these weird ribbing fingerprint like marks on your face, so you really have to blend quite well. My perspective also on this whole idea of being stuck or unmotivated or knowing what direction to go in, I think has a lot to do with a certain struck of enlightenment that I've had over the course of a few years. And what I fucking realize is that everybody, including you, your mom, anyone that you know, is still just trying to figure it all out. And I want that to really sink in for a moment. Even President Barack Obama, when he was in office, he was just trying to figure things out. My mom, who is an amazing career woman, breadwinner of the family of 4, who is an immigrant, her whole life was just trying to figure it out. And I guarantee you there is not one person in this world who will tell you that they knew exactly what they wanted and how they were going to get there and that they just got what they wanted immediately. Life is so much of trying to figure things out. There's also a quote that I have been seeing all over either Twitter or Tumblr, but it says, "Nothing will ruin your 20s more than thinking you should have your life together already." And that's something that I read and it really resonated with me because I am 23 and just the type of person that I am, and being raised by Asian parents, I constantly have this thought of constantly achieving more and higher and better. I'm assuming that you just graduated from college because that's what you said in your message, and I just graduated from college a year ago, and a lot of things that I wanted to achieve this past year, I achieved some of them, but I did not achieve all of them. And a lot of times I struggle with that idea that I'm failing or I'm stuck or feeling not motivated too because of my said failures. But when I think about it in the grand scheme of things, I've only been doing YouTube full-time for a year, and I don't know how long you've been creating content or doing your blog, but maybe it's for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it may be. You have to understand that the time that we have on this earth, that is such a small sliver and small percentage of the grand scheme of things. And so this is my 5th year of doing YouTube, but my 1st year of doing it full-time, and I get really down on myself thinking that there's so much I could have achieved in, this amount of time. But in reality, 1 year or 5 years of my human life is probably less than 10%, and that is so little. And I don't ever want that idea that I am failing to ever debilitate me or stop me from achieving what I know that I can achieve. By the way, this is the Glossier water, and I just want to say that not being where you want to be right now should be enough motivation to get you where you want to be. And that's something that I think about all the time, that I might not be where I want to be right now, but I will be, and I'm going to use that to fuel me, to keep me going. And that's so important, to have your goals and your dreams to motivate you rather than to keep you from doing what you want to do. And I think if you really enjoy blogging or doing YouTube, there should really be no reason that you are stopping. And I think you said comparison is the reason why you kind of feel stuck or kind of have anxiety. I come from an Asian family, and comparison is totally in our blood, to constantly think about who is doing better, who is doing what. And there's something I tweeted. It says, I tweeted this a long time ago, but comparison breeds discontent. You cannot compare yourself to others, and I'm sure you've heard that so many times in this lifetime. But when I think about myself and what I've achieved, just apart from anyone else or anything, I am quite actually proud of all that I've done, because all challenges and all successes are idiosyncratic to people. So maybe what you have achieved might not be so great compared to what X person has achieved, but maybe they don't have a mental disability, maybe they don't come from the same background as you do. So you really, all of these things are very individual to a person, and you cannot compare yourself to others because nobody is you, nobody lives your lifestyle, nobody has the resources or the lack of resources that you might have. And that's not to say to pity yourself, but you have to just be a bit kinder to yourself in that sense. And it's funny because when you compare yourself, you never ever compare yourself to someone who's doing less or worse than you. And I think that's very important to note, that we often compare people who we want to be like or who we aspire to be like. So we don't ever really compare ourselves to people we don't want to be, but I think that is actually a healthy exercise in and of itself too, because if you're gonna at least compare yourself to someone who's doing amazing, then you should compare yourself to someone who's doing awfully. But generally speaking, I don't think comparison is at all a great habit. Comparison just breeds discontent. By the way, I'm using L'Oreal Paris's Lumiere, and this is in 500. It's just a really pigmented gold eyeshadow, and I actually picked this up while I was in London because they don't have as amazing quality products of L'Oreal back in the States. At least that's what my cousin who loves makeup told me. Going back to what I said earlier about how no successful person or just person in general knows completely and utterly what they're doing in life. Everyone is just trying to figure it out, especially successful people. I think when you look at even Steve Jobs or Oprah Winfrey or Elon Musk, I think there were a lot of trials and tribulations of trying to figure out what they were actually going to achieve in this lifetime. And a lot of that comes with time and wisdom, but it also comes from a lot of failures and a lot of this, like I said. And I just want you to know that something that successful people, I noticed, practice is gratitude. And so you have probably spent the majority of your life, and I'm guilty of this too, you probably have spent the majority of your life speaking negatively to yourself. But why not try speaking positively to yourself? Because all this time you've been speaking negatively, and has that really been working out for you? Successful people practice gratitude. They are not only grateful, but they're also content with themselves. I think practicing gratitude overall just increases a positive mindset and happiness. And I noticed that successful people are grateful. They are not constantly always thinking about how they could have done this better or that better. They are content and they're happy with what they've done so that they can create a positive mindset, which can create positive actions. And overall, you really just can achieve more when you have a positive, healthy mindset. No one really can do anything with themselves when they're feeling so awful and so terribly anxious. And I have experienced that so many times in my life. I just felt like I couldn't achieve because I had so many negative, toxic thoughts. I got this really pretty eyeshadow from Moonshot in Korea, and it's called Powder Block. It is so beautiful. I am going to put this in the center, I guess. I don't know. Going for a very fall like look, something pumpkin spice like my shirt. And I'm gonna go in with this Marc Jacobs gel liner, and I always use this, and I'm just gonna do this in the outer thirds. I just got this Cosmetics illustrative eyeliner with a brush tip, and I went to Karen's house and she actually gave me this, so thank you, Karen, if you're watching. I heard only but good things about it, so it was actually really lived up to my expectations. So I'm actually gonna go in with Chocolate, which is just a matte brown, and I'm gonna do this in the outer thirds of my eyes. So there is another quote that I want to share with you guys that has a lot to do with this, and it is from Gandhi, and it goes, keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior. Keep your In your message, you said that you know that you can't be the only one that feels this way, and I want to tell you that everybody feels this way, and if they don't feel this way, they're probably not human. I assure you that successful people feel this way, and they often probably feel it at a higher frequency or a higher intensity because of what they have achieved, because of all that they have achieved. So don't ever feel like you're alone in this, and I just want you to know that you should let this fuel you and motivate you rather than let it stop you from what you want to be doing. I can't stress enough how much I want to be at a different place, but because I'm not at that place, I need to go get there. You need to constantly be thinking about what you want, and I guarantee you everybody knows what they want in this lifetime. They have a pretty good idea of what they want, whether it's money, love, sex, I don't know what it might be, but everybody knows at least what they want. The hard part is about how you're gonna get it and what you're gonna do to get there. And by the looks of it, you know what you want, girl. I know what I want from this lifetime, and it is a lot. Let me tell you, it is a lot. I want to have a family, I want to travel, and so I think Your next step is just figuring out how exactly you are going to get what you want. For me, I like to always ask myself, is the action I'm doing right now or the action I'm about to do helping me to get to where I want to be? And if that answer is more oftentimes no than yes, something needs to be changed. Surround yourself with people who motivate you and inspire you, and especially if they have what you want, you can definitely learn from them and grow with them. There's a saying that says you are or you become like the first 5 people that are closest to you. For me, I had to really evaluate those 5 people and whether or not that was a good thing. And when I thought about it, that is totally a great thing, because the first 5 people in my life that I'm closest to, it would be nothing but an honor to be like them, and I hope that you can say that about the people you surround yourself with. And I just think that being around people who are ambitious and who are driven and who kind of have similar beliefs and ideals as you should help you to grow, because energy is contagious, and when I see someone working hard and going after what they want, that encourages me to go after what I want and to become the person I need to be. So definitely surround yourself with amazing people, especially in your close circle. We're gonna do highlighter, which is the Fenty Beauty in Starstruck. It's so drying for a stick highlighter, I feel like. So I feel like this highlighter is very drying for being a cream highlight, so I'm actually going to take some Coconut Balm by Glossier, and this is one of my favorite flavors, and I'm going to put this with the Fenty Beauty to kind of just make it a little bit more hydrating on the face. It could turn out awful, but I'm not too sure. No, it's actually turning out okay. Milk just came out with a whole bunch of new lipsticks or lip pigments. What are these called? I have no idea. Lip colors. And they come in this like marker packaging. This one's in Wavy. I actually think I want to bronze my face a little. Let's bronze. We're gonna I actually want to bronze my face. Is this bronzer? Yeah, this is baked. Alrighty, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this AM with Amy. Be sure to tune in every single Monday and tweet me, DM me, email me your questions, because I love to hear from you guys. And hit that subscribe button if you like these videos, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!